Today, we're taking a trip to the Scottish Highlands to explore a landmark that's part fortress, part family home, Inveraray Castle. This is a place where centuries of history feel completely alive, so let's get right into it.
This place has an incredible nickname, the Castle of the Chiefs. And trust me, it has earned that title. For hundreds of years, this has been the ancestral seat of the Chiefs of Clan Campbell, who are one of the most powerful and important families in all of Scottish history.
So here's how we're going to explore it. First, we'll dive into why it's called the Castle of the Chiefs. Then we'll head inside its historic walls. After that, we'll wander through the incredible gardens, see how the castle is still buzzing with life, and then we'll wrap up with everything you need to know to plan your own visit.
All right, let's start by unpacking the legend of this Scottish icon. What is it that really makes Inveraray Castle so important to Scotland's story?
Well, for starters, its significance is officially recognized. Way back in 1952, the castle was designated a Scheduled Ancient Monument. And you know, that's not just some fancy title. It's a really serious form of protection.
So what does that actually mean? A Scheduled Ancient Monument is a site that's considered nationally important, so it's given legal protection to stop anyone from making changes without permission. Basically, it's a guarantee that the castle's history and its structure are going to be preserved for all of us to see for years to come.
Okay, so we've established just how important this place is. But now let's get to the fun part and see what it's actually like to step inside. We're about to take a little tour through centuries of incredible architecture.
The second you walk in, the history just hits you. Of course, there are the big, show-stopping highlights, like the incredible Great Hall and the ancient castle keep. But honestly, it's all the little things, the countless original features that have been so carefully restored that really make the past feel present.
And this is where you really get a feel for how the castle has changed over time. On one side, you have the Great Hall. It's just this stunning example of Renaissance design with these unbelievably high ceilings and all sorts of intricate details. But then, you go to the castle keep, and it's like stepping back into the medieval world, with these amazing views out over the countryside. It literally feels like you're walking between two different centuries, all under one roof.
But the adventure doesn't stop at the castle doors. Let's head back outside and explore the unbelievable beauty that's waiting just beyond those stone walls.
The grounds have a totally different vibe. Out here, you'll find these beautifully manicured gardens, just bursting with a huge variety of flowers, trees, and shrubs. It's the perfect, peaceful escape after taking in all the grandeur inside the castle.
I mean, you could easily map out a perfect afternoon here. Picture it. You start with a tour of the gardens, find a nice quiet spot for a picnic, and then maybe take a little stroll into the charming town of Inveraray to check out the local shops and cafes. Sounds pretty good, right?
Now, you might be tempted to think of Inveraray as just a stuffy old museum, a relic of the past, but that could not be more wrong. This castle is very much a living, breathing place.
The castle is a real hub for events that celebrate Scottish culture. It hosts all kinds of things, from concerts to traditional sealieds, those amazing social gatherings with folk music and dancing, all the way to the classic Highland games. It's also the home of the annual Inveraray Castle Gathering, which is this huge celebration of the Campbell clan's heritage.
And it gets even better. This isn't just a place you can visit for a few hours. You can actually stay here. The castle has luxurious guest suites and rooms available. And to top it all off, they have a fine dining restaurant that serves up local cuisine with fresh seasonal ingredients.
So, are you feeling inspired to go see it for yourself? Let's get into the final section, where we'll cover all the practical stuff you need to know to plan your very own adventure to Inveraray Castle.
First things first, timing is everything. During the peak season, which runs from April through October, the castle's open from 9:30 in the morning to 5 p.m. In the off-season, the hours are a bit shorter, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And just a little tip, it's always a good idea to double-check online in the winter, because sometimes they might close for a bit of maintenance.
All right, let's talk about getting in. Here's a quick look at the admission prices. As you can see, there are different rates for adults, concessions, and kids. And children under 5 get in completely free, which is always a bonus for families.
For adults, a ticket is just £8.50, which is a pretty great deal for a full day of exploring all that history and beauty.
And this is really important. The castle is committed to making sure everyone can visit. It's got full wheelchair accessibility, you can ask for mobility aids if you need them, and they even offer adapted guided tours for visitors with disabilities. It's just fantastic to see a historic place be so thoughtful and accommodating.
So, that brings us to the end of our tour. And a final thought. From being the seat of powerful clan chiefs to a vibrant center of Scottish culture today, Inveraray Castle is just packed with centuries of stories. It makes you wonder, if you were to walk through its halls and gardens, what stories do you think you would find waiting for you inside those ancient walls?